flood when it was a high school. I asked him about it, and I can remember, I don't know just exactly how to tell this because this occasion has been so decorous to this moment, but about an occasion that I happened upon walking into one of the gentlemen's rooms out there at Donaldson, and some of the sophomore boys were lined up and they were having a contest, and they were trying to determine who could make a wet spot at the highest point on the wall, if you get my drift. And I told Nicky about this. I said I was never so shocked in all my life. And he said, well, what did you do? I said, well, I hit the ceiling. Nicky said, well, I guess you won the contest. But I have been so touched by the leadership that this man has shown to me that I have been moved to a poem, which took me about 3 minutes and 27 seconds to write after having invoked the blessings of the muse Polyhymnia. You might want to look that up when we get home. And it is called, now this is heavy stuff, hope y'all ready for this. Ode on a Grecian Nerd. Ready? On the occasion of the Agape, you better look that one up too, for our unassuming Greek, we are moved to poetry without paddle and up a creek. To the thing of football now we bow our heads in awe, with trumpet, harp, and sackbut bow, and shout our tonsils raw. Shouting, screaming, grunting, raining, the coach's steady diet. The football team barely panting will sure enjoy the quiet. Grunting, yelling, belching, groaning, poetic noises all, with muscle bomb relieve the moaning mid-August till the fall. He was so homely, this old man. I know this sounds abrupt. A child, he could not play in sand. The cat kept covering him up. Professor Koutris, I have some presentations that I need to make at this time. If you would come over here, would you do that? Professor Koutris, would you come here and hold this thing? Yeah. Okay, now don't let me see what's on. A tower of strength, a dynamo, energy supersonic. He'll weep and wail to see it go. I guess he'll need this time. Bob Geritol. Stout of heart, strong of mind, as coach he is no crip, but with so much resting he might find his teeth have lost their grip. He used his head his foes to bend, his wits were his salvation. Now sitting on the other end, he'll need some preparation. I wish you could have seen the clerk's face at Walgreens when I bought all this stuff. By the way, did you hear about that terrible thing that happened in Colorado? I think it must have been prompted by the tragedy in Chicago with the super Tylenol. There was this fiend that was putting super glue into the preparation agent. But I digress. His humility has remained intact. His modesty did not wear. Controlled his pride, but it's a fact. He grew too tall for his hat. Don't look surprised, you know it's going to do that. Time wears on. He's growing old. Nature forgot this man. The thing to keep him straight, I'm told, is a bottle of Serotan. With a tear in the eye. The game is over. It's now complete. The fourth and final quarter. He started out an athlete. He's now an athletic supporter. I can't believe I brought this down. Can I help you, ma'am?
Yes, I'm looking for Bill Stanfield. I'm not getting old, my eyes are a little off, but I'm going to the right places.
Miss Stanfield's sitting right up here at the head table, ma'am.
That's not Bill Stanfield.
Well, yes, it is.
Oh, honey, you don't need that the way you act. I want to tell you something. I'm here for that money you owe me. You told me you'd be Stanfield. Does it not work, honey? Oh, yeah. Now let me see here. Okay. Miss Steve, remember we went down to that coaching clinic down in Atlanta? You said, Peaches, honey, I'll take care of you. Well, you did, but I took care of you all right. Now let's see my little stare down there was 38. I'll clean this thing off in what? I'll clean on that we say $38.65. Okay? Now let's see. 10 cheap tricks at $15 each. That'll be $145.33. All right, now let me see. I get a discount to senior citizens. There's $25. And for the National Principals Association. $10. And MTSU alum, 25 cents. Okay, and being the great man of the hour as you have been tonight, $2. And a retired coach. Oh my goodness, you know those coaches, they just make you do it till you finally get them down right. Trust that old calculator here. Let's see. Got me my purse. Look at my purse now. I just love all this fat jewelry you gave me.
straight. Nick, it gets warmer. Outside of your friends, and perhaps your strongest supporter is your brother, Andy. Man, I was glad that we won that ball game down in Memphis last year. I believe Andy would have taken on the whole North Side Stadium down there last year if we'd have lost. And Becky was right there with him, and they have something planned. I understand that it's going to take both of them together to come up here and share a few of the moments that only are known within the circle. You know, some of those secrets that you give perhaps to Andy that you don't tell us anything about. He's considered to kind of inform us a little bit tonight, but they wanted to go together. If you know Becky, you know you're in for a treat. Becky, you and Andy, come on.
This ought to be good.
It's a tough act to follow.
We're going to just share a little dialogue with you because I think it's very interesting that I'm up here speaking about Nicky's. As you can tell, some of you old fellows that I date on back when we refer to him as Nicky. 26 years ago, I being a very young boy, thought Nicky was coaching would never come to an end. I guess the reason I'm up here speaking because I am his brother.
Well, I know why I'm up here. I asked to be up here. We've been very loyal Overton fans for 14 years, Nick. And over these 14 years, we've collected quite an array of red wearing apparel. Socks, shirts, pants, hats, ties, you name it, we've got it. And invariably, every year, there's a piece of red clothing gets in with the white wash. And I'll be darned, I have worn pink underwear for 14 years, and I deserve an opportunity to speak.
You're right, baby. I don't guess anyone, including Nicky, ever realized how 2 fishing trips greatly influenced his coaching career. Dating back to Hillsborough, Fred Hatchett one day invited Nick and myself to go fishing. We were enjoying ourselves, doing well, and all of a sudden Nick made a cast, hitting me in the back of the head with his lure and sinking all 3 hooks in the back of my head. Well, Fred happened to look up, and he caught us at a time where he didn't realize whether Nick was casting me out or reeling me in. And thus, we feel like maybe some of Nick's coaching philosophy got started. Always keep the other team guessing.
Philosophy and psychology are the basis for coaching in my career, in my opinion. Nick says he's, majored in physical education, but we all know that he must have majored in psychology because, I've always thought he was a psychologist practicing without a license in the disguise of a coach.
Well, Becky, another one of my fishing tales, takes in Coach Harris and a few others. They had, at the Hillsborough staff at that particular time, had decided to go to Pickwick Dam. Coach Harris, Ed Hesse, and several others on the staff at that particular time. We had to put up with Coach Harris and Nick's carrying on about their special bait that they were bringing in the form of go balls. Well, there were some serious fishermen there that spent many, many hours out on the lake, and upon our return to the dock that evening, we were to find Coach Harris and Coach Kuchar standing in the shallow water in their boat, holding one of the most gorgeous strings of bass fish that you've ever laid your eyes on. Well, needless to say, they almost got us to the point of belief. Well, the only one thing that happened to them that really threw a clinker into it was the fact that a couple hours later we discovered that they had the fish in the boat with them, but had failed to take their fishing tackle. And we discovered down the street the market was doing a fabulous business on their live fish sale. So, in essence, 2 fish tails kind of developed his diversionary tactics, and I think Coach Harris would have something to do with that.
You're the one that knows Nick the best as our last roaster for the evening. Most every time after a ball game, I'll always go by the dressing room and congratulate the coaching staff and the players, wish them well for the next week. And somewhere along the time Nick getting ready to leave and go home, he'd always say, well, I'm going to go home and eat. Hal Malvina was fixing some bacon and eggs. Well, I knew it was close. You know, we were talking about close to 12 o'clock, and I knew it was time to get up pretty soon. And I always wondered if he actually went home and had bacon and eggs every time. I've always wondered what time he got up on Saturday. I've always wondered, did he spend all Saturday in that little closet while I was mowing the yard looking? He was looking at films and I was mowing the yard. I didn't like that, but I always wondered, really, if he had that opportunity just to look at films all day. I thought that would be great. I used to wonder, how many closets do they have in that house? Because he always was organizing those closets. We've alluded to this. You wouldn't believe this man organizing closets. I understand for 14 years, every game he's worn the same pair of socks. I don't know for sure, but I thought we'd ask Melvina tonight if she would come up and just tell us about some of the things that really goes on in this man's mind. Nick?
Thank you. Tonight, you have heard all this talk about Coach Koutras. Now I'm going to tell you the real story about Coach Koutras. I think in the meantime, you ought to know a little about myself. In case you haven't noticed, I have an accent. Well, I was born in Athens, Greece, and during my childhood, the Nazis occupied our country, and I thought they were tough. Until I met Coach Koutras. You see, this tough cookie of a football coach takes no prisoners. In Athens, Greece, where I grew up, there is no football on Friday nights. Socrates never played a lot of football. So in 1975, I was forced into the sport by way of love. We were married, and Nick introduced me to Overton football. I went to my first game at Overton. When the game was over, the scoreboard was home 59, visitors 0. I ran to see Nick, and I asked, did we win? He looked at me oddly and said, Malvina, I better give you your first lesson on football. The next time you're up in the stands, and you hear the Overton section cheering, that means we are winning. If they're quiet, we're losing. I said, okay. So from then on, I just cheer like crazy, and we won. We just kept on winning. I told Nick, I said, this football is so easy. You just cheer and you win.
Two more things, Nick. Ken Adams, president of the John Overton Athletic Club this time. Ken?
Comedians, I'm not one. I would just like to say how much in appreciation we are that all of you showed up, and that we, with the athletic club, both the past membership and officials and the present membership and officials, appreciate Coach Koutras, and we hope we have shown our appreciation by the gathering here tonight. And in response to Mr. Cohn's statement, I don't know whether I'm being presumptuous by making this statement or not, but I'm going to go ahead upon a few of the ladies nudging. But we have, and we will be meeting with the Board of Education the 14th of this month in naming the football field at Overton in commemoration of Coach Koutras and his many years and devoted time and efforts. And we just appreciate all of you being here. We appreciate Coach Koutras. Thank
you. Proclamation of appreciation. Whereas Nick Koutras has devoted 26 years to the teaching and coaching profession, thereby providing numerous young men with the inspiration, encouragement, a heightened desire to excel, improved self-discipline, the qualifications of accomplishment through team effort, and greater self-respect. And whereas in his 14 years as head football coach at John Overton High School, the teams Nick Koutris has led have been victorious in 123 out of 155 games, earned playoff bids 4 times, participated in 7 area bowl games, and in 1981 secured the state football championship. And whereas Nick Koutris has been honored by his peers as Nashville Interscholastic League Football Coach of the Year in 1972 and 1981, and has given freely of his labor and time to provide improved athletic facilities for the school and community. And whereas Nick Koutris has, in his personal and professional life, demonstrated that honor, dedication, and compassion are the true marks of a man. Be it known that the John Overton Athletic Club recognizes and honors Nick Koutris for the distinction and respect he has brought to himself, his school, and his community. Presented this 5th day of December, 1982. Nick.
Thank you very much. Tonight is something that's caught me completely off guard, and I'm without large words or small words, and I'm finding it very difficult to put some things together that I would like to say. My wife and family did an excellent job. In fact, till yesterday, I thought that we were having a small dinner with the athletic club officers, and that's what it amounted to, and I thought that was going to be a very pleasant evening. I did not dream of such an occasion taking place in my honor, and I've read articles where people had dinners in their honor or different things that happen, and many times I'm just glad that I'm around to hear it, and it didn't happen after years after maybe I passed away. So I'm pleased that I'm here tonight to hear all the kind things that have been said. I truly have been a very fortunate individual, and the people that I have come in contact throughout my life, I was very fortunate that I have been in contact with people who guided me in directions, helped me make decisions. Those people are here with us tonight. Those who guided me, those who instructed me. And I'm pleased that I feel a certain reward, that I feel like the number of years that I have put into the effort, I feel that I've made a contribution to maybe some other young man's life. I really feel blessed with the friends and those people that are willing to step forward to maybe end this on a less serious note. I feel very fortunate too that my old roommate in the back, Jerry, would you stand up, who we spent many long hours in small dormitory room talking and dreaming about our future. I'm sure glad he didn't get an opportunity to come up here before you and talk. And I had to look twice because there's another young lady I'm glad didn't come in and have an opportunity to talk tonight. But I feel very fortunate, and I am truly one of the luckiest men in the world, and best of luck to Overton in the future years. And I look forward to being a part of the community and continuing support of the school. Thank you for this night. It's something I'll never forget.
We would like to request that those that served on the program and roasting Nick tonight sign the proclamation. Its spaces are available. We have the pen up here before you leave. Thank you ever so much for coming. It's been a very pleasant evening, and one that I know Nick will long remember, and I trust that you will. Good evening.